What is up, guys? I'm here with another YouTube video. I'm going to show you how to do a complete service on a Cfmoto Z950, the Sport, the HO, it doesn't matter, all the models of the Z950. I'm going to cover the transmission, the rear differential, the front differential, and the engine. First off, let's start with the rear differential. We're going to use the Amsoil Green GL5. That is what you need for the rear diff. Let's go ahead and pop it open. It ain't a 7. Let's see if it's in an 8. So just go ahead and connector, loosen it with the power of your might. It loosened. Don't take it all the way out. Pull out just a little bit, and then you got to be quick with it, okay? You got to be quicker. You got to be like Dora from the Explorer, swiper no swiping, okay? Ready? Go. Hey, not one drip on my fingers. That's how you do it. All right, so the rear diff oil was nice in here, no problem. This is the first service. Oh, there goes the, you're gonna reuse that copper washer. You could put it right back on there and tighten it back up. You could reuse them. I reuse them, but if they start leaking, you're gonna have to change it out. Okay, so after you've fished out the copper washer from the nasty oil, it's not really that bad, but after you fish that out, put it back on here, screw it back on, and then we're going to take off the filler cap. Oh, hand tighten it, okay? There's no torque specification, just tighten it, tighten enough, okay? All you're doing is sealing a cap from oil coming out, okay? You're not freaking industrial gluing this in there. You're not trying to put 400 pounds of torque because you need this bolt not to come out. You're just tightening it back up so the oil doesn't come out. That's all you're trying to do. Come up here, get the same 8mm. Wow. Gosh, that was brutal. Take off the fill plug. All right, clean it up. You're not a real mechanic if you don't have something in a Ziploc bag that you put away and you just use all the time, and it always works. So this is always going to be oily, so always put it in a Ziploc bag, but get the Amsoil differential and transmission fluid. It's already open. I need the little adapter piece, and for this bottle all I need is the short one because they have a long one. This came from like AutoZone or something, or Napa Auto Parts actually is where I got it from. Put that on to the top. All right, now that we have this set up, we're gonna stick this in the hole and we're gonna pump away. All right, now that you've got it pumping, we're gonna pump it through. So you gotta keep pumping until it falls out of the hole. Dang, this thing's gonna take the whole freaking bottle. All right, there you can see it starting to come out a little. There she goes. Pull it out. Oh, she's dripping. We got a dripper. Try not to make a mess on your trailer also. Okay, so the rear diff is done. Hold on one second. Cfmoto wanted to be funny. This is the transmission. That's the engine, because the transmission is gonna drain out sideways and the engine's always gonna drain horizontally. So this is the engine, that is the transmission. We're gonna loosen this one up first. All right, so we're gonna loosen up right here with a 17. Let me get some more leverage on it. All right, so we're gonna loosen this up, and then so I'm gonna hold the bolt in front of it to control the flow of the oil. For those of you that know how to read the side of this bottle, there is 900 basically milliliters in here. So this has 946 milliliters. Let's round it off to 950. So up here is gonna be 950. Right there it says it takes 0.6 liters. We're gonna be watching this line. Okay, so there we are, right at the 4. Now we're gonna pull this out and check it. Quick tip is to open this up quickly and put the tube back in there. That way it doesn't drain it all over the place. All right, so when I pull out my dipstick and I check it, right now it's telling me that it's a little bit over the line of maximum, which is this top line right here. That is because this side by side is on an incline and it's a little bit higher. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it like that. All right, so now let's move on to the engine oil change. All right, so this one is the engine oil pan. We're gonna go ahead and pop it open real quick. And that's how you do it. No mess. After it's drained enough, I put the same crush washer and nut back in, or bolt should I say. And we're just gonna tighten it back down. To prevent from having to clean up a big mess afterwards, I've got a solo cup. I cut it halfway and I'm using this as kind of like a tunnel, like if it was a funnel. So we're gonna get this and put it right here. All right, so we're gonna go on ahead and go on in here with an 8mm. Taking off all 3 bolts, you can clearly see that when you move this cover off, it's going to shoot down the oil down here and slide right in between this frame and this frame and go right down into the oil pan. That's the whole goal of trying to keep it clean. So let's see if it works. If you open it up slowly, it won't leak out that quickly. Oh, it's not working. Let me push on here. Yeah, it's going all over the place. Adjust the oil pan is all you can do. It's kind of working. And this is the same oil filter as any Canam 4-wheeler. But Cfmoto pretty much uses the same stuff as this. That is the same. You can use that for your drain plug if you want to, okay? This comes in the kit. This is for the transmission plug. You can use that, and you will be using this O-ring to go around the cap. Look at this, guys. It is a direct Rotax, right? It's the same thing as Cfmoto. Nothing different. Nothing different. So let's slap the good one in there, and let's put the new O-ring on here. Or actually, this one has a good fat O-ring and it's in good condition, so I'm gonna just reuse this one. I don't see anything wrong with that O-ring, to be honest with you. Oil filter has been changed, the oil has been drained. All we have to do is put in here 2 quarts, 2 liters. Oh, that's weird. 2 quarts and this, and I'll show you. Put in 2 quarts first. All right, so we're gonna place this right here on the engine oil fill. Start with 1. get the second one going in here. So I like to use this one to do the final top off to see the right level of oil. So we're gonna leave it like that at 2 for now and then measure it and see where it's at. All right, so I'm gonna push the mud out. Okay, so after I cleaned off all the material that was on there, I went ahead and got it to go back in, so boom. And now we're gonna just reinstall this baby and fill her up with new fluid. Now that I've loosened the fill plug, I'm gonna go ahead and connect the tube into the hole. And pump away. Same thing, keep filling until it drains back out. And there it goes, overfilling. So that's fine. Pull out the hose and put the plug in, and that's it. Open this up. Point this in here and shoot this in here and pump it until it's clear. And that's how you don't lose any fluid. We have about 4 diff fluid changes for the front diff left over after 1 use. And that's it. She's sealed. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I like to recycle the oil because that's how I dispose of the oil. I save it, take it to AutoZone, and AutoZone disposes it for me. All right, well, that's it on this one, guys. I went ahead and checked the engine oil level after starting it and making sure that it warmed up, and it's at the proper level, which is at the top mark. You always want it to be right at the top mark. If it's a tiny bit over, that would be all right. If it's a little bit under, that'd be even better as well. If it's really far over, make sure to take out some oil. Do not overfill the engine because it will foam and you will cause problems in your engine. So please don't do that.